could have been stopped doing this shit. Only reason I do this shit cause the real niggas asked me to. A fake nigga couldn't relate to me. Top gunners, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out. See mama love me, that's my baby, but papa left me, yeah he left me. I put a bitch on timeout if she upset me, that's a fact. Fuck with me, you won't regret me. Still on the mind of every hoe trying to forget me. I get them things across the border. Your man on trial, but you won't go get him a lawyer. What's up with that? You poppin' bottles, you getting fly, but you don't send commissary to niggas that's inside. See, we don't coincide, we don't live by the same rules. And we done got hungry, these lanes became full. Real niggas in my corner, you know that I can't lose. And I can't go to jail for a body they can't prove. Got niggas in the fence, they never coming home. Can't never see they daughter, only talking through a phone. And you know we screaming free you forever. Treat your kids like they mine. Wait your turn, real nigga. You get rich in due time. I feel like Nino when he first opened the Carter. Check me out. I feel like Tony when him and Sosa became partners. Check me out. Bring me out crab legs and grilled shrimp for starters. Filet me young for my main meal. I'm a mobster. Ruger rap. Top gunner, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out.
How's everybody doing tonight? Oh man, y'all know what today is. Today Wednesday, so on Wednesdays I start off the live stream with a series I started about 2 years ago called Real Life Prison Stories. For those of you who don't know, I went to prison at 17. I got out when I was 27, 10-year sentence. Never been back. Been 11 years now. Ain't been an easy journey, but it's been a blessed journey. Cause when God with you, who can be against you? You know what I'm saying? So ups and downs in this, I go. But reason why I came out with this series, man, is to bring awareness behind that wall. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these young men out here, man, they moving fast. They doing a lot of crazy things. Excuse me. They don't understand what's on the other side. Because when they see certain people on the internet or running Ep.5 when they was in there about the cell phones and all the stuff that go on in there on a good day, it tend to overshadow the bad. And when I speak on the bad, I'm speaking on mental. It's all of physical. There's no really physical issues go on. When you first go in there, you might have to put in work or whatever and, get your respect, but you might not even really have to. Like most of the situations that I would say, 90-some% of the situation, if not a whole 100 of the situation that I got in was, could have been avoided. You told by OGs in the county jail before you even get transferred to prison. You told by the OGs who've been there, done that, to when you go upstate, don't do 3 things. Don't mess with the TV, don't gamble, and don't mess with homosexuals. Now the last one, I didn't do. I did never do that. But the first 2, almost all the situations that I got in was because of those 2 things. And the third thing I used to get in a lot of time with was playing too much. I'm always and still is a goofy person. I like to play a lot, and you got homeboys in there who you play with, and you gotta understand this prison. This is a place where very low frequency, a lot of demons all in the pot. And you just in there with all of this. And somebody might have a bad day. Somebody might get some bad news via mail, via phone call, via JPay. and they whole mood off and they don't want to play today. But I used to have this thing where it was immature, but I used to have this thing where, listen, if we play, we play. I don't care if your grandma died. When we playing, and that would turn oftentimes in a bad situation. Not really a bad situation. Because most of the time it would be me and my homeboys, and we just get throw down and we'd be back cool the next day. It wasn't no big deal. But I was wrong because you got to give people their space and their respect when they going through something, bro. Just is what it is. I was fortunate and blessed enough to not to have ever have to go through anything while I was in prison. Meaning like no outside stuff, nobody dying, nobody getting killed, and nothing like that. There, so I didn't really have to go through that. You feel me? So every day I would play, 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 play. I mean, of course you had those days, but um, like it's very seldom that you have a day in jail. I'm speaking from my perspective. Somebody might have different perspectives, but like you don't really like. Again, it is a mental battle in there. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I looked at it like, okay, I got this sentence, which was a decent sentence for my crime. Um, I got money. My people got money. They make sure I'm straight. I don't need nothing. I got everything I want and more. Also, when you got money, you're able to do things. You're able to get loaded. You're able to gamble. You're able to have fun while in there. And so it's like I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna come home a better man. And again, like I say, everything in my life, I make sure I get some out of it that I can take to move forward in my life and be more positive and productive. And I feel like that sentence slowed me down a lot. That sentence slowed me down a lot to the point where like for example, for the pandemic or anytime I just gotta chill, and it don't affect me to just chill and sit in the house and just enjoy my own company, all of the things that I have in the house to entertain me. That don't bother me because, and another thing prison did for me, like how some people say, man, I'm depressed, I'm stressed. I never listen, I can't spell depressed. And because reason why I feel like this is how I feel. I feel like my best day in there. I'm talking about my best day when I'm winning and gambling, football games on, I'm loaded, uh, cell phone, everything. The best day in there is not better than my worst day out here. You know what I'm saying? Because just imagine your mind to the point where it's like, man, I really can't do nothing I can't do nothing. I'm really in this small world and I can't leave out of this world. That dread right there sometimes is hard. I will admit that. When you sitting in there, like I say, it doesn't matter which papa you got, all the commissary doesn't matter. And you sitting in your bed. That's why I tell dude, see that first couple years, you really and you see dudes like I was speaking on the queso situation and he got life in 10. He on 27. So right now he gonna go upstate and everybody gonna respect him and he gonna have money and all that deal. But bro, after a while, young and Ace and everybody gonna be moved on with their life and you just gonna be in there, bro, letting you have some type of situation the way you can give your time back and come home. But after about 5 years, bro, it might not take that long. It's different for some people. It's like, man, I'm in here for all this time, and being somewhere, it's even different on the street. Cause like I say, even on the street, let's just say you homeless on the street. At least you can just move. You free. But just imagine, and some people you can't imagine this, but just imagine being in your house, or just imagine being in your city, but you can't leave. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't leave, and that's just kind of like how it is, and that does something to your mental, not physical. Like the people talk about rape. I mean, that probably used to happen at one particular time. When I did my time, like in the 2000s, that had passed. Like ain't nobody get raped. A lot of dudes turn themselves out, give themselves up for whatever reason. Sometimes dudes don't have money. They don't have nobody on the outside, so they get under somebody who do got people and who do got money, or they're hustling there and they want to get took care of. And these dudes, like they savages in there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, like on Monday is receiving day where all of the new inmates come in, and it's sick, man. Like, you be out there, you looking to see, man, if one of your homeboys coming, or somebody you know from the street, or somebody you know from another institution, and you got these dudes who they standing up and they like, man, that boy fine. Oh, I can't wait to see him out them laundry. Or I can't wait to see him in them little drawers. Just sick-minded individuals who've been in there so long that they look at men like women, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, and some of them dudes be placing bets on dudes like how long you think before he get turned out, and you know what I'm saying? Then it's just a lot, man. Then you got some dudes coming from work release with all kind of new stuff, Jordans, and you know, again, same thing going on with black people in there. The white dudes, the white dudes come in, they receive him, they take out, they kick, they take care and look out for him until he get right. Same thing with the Mexican and everybody else. Black people, they plotting on their own people. Get them, either they plotting on their booties or they plotting on stealing their new stuff. It's just a mess in there, man. So like I say, bro, it's a mental thing. It's not really physical. You can do a whole sentence without getting in no fights. Ain't nobody really gonna bother you, for the most part. But like I said, a lot of my fights, a lot of my situations, were self-inflicted. And last week, I spoke about a situation where I got in that turned kind of wild, and I ended up having to, put in some work and split this dude's face open. And it's a funny story because how karma works. The story I'm gonna tell you today how I got my face split open. Um, so let's get into that. They got a player, NFL player, some of y'all I'm so probably heard of, named Leonard Fournette. He retired now. He played for the Jaguars. He played for Tampa Bay. He won the Super Bowl with Tampa Bay and Tom Brady. Call him Playoff Lenny. But he was a very, very, very talented BHT player when he was in prep, when he was in high school, St. Augustine in New Orleans. And I always wanted to see him play it because at this time, the story I'm telling, he was in high school. And I wanted to see him play because you heard a lot about him. He was a senior. Like I say, he was VHT, getting ready to go pick what college he's going to go to, which he eventually ended up going to LSU, having a great career. With going in the first round of the draft. And so I wanted to watch that game. I wanted to see him play, but at the facility that I was at, we was in Central Louisiana, so they don't catch no New Orleans high school game. So all we get to see is highlights. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, a lot of the dude that I ran with, up there was from New Orleans, and my main man T. Darrell, shout out T. Darrell, man, um, was cool with his father. You know what I'm saying? They was all from the 7th Ward. And I had a few partners that was cool with his daddy. And his daddy was a street dude, wild dude in the street. But he ended up taking his son, which was Leonard Fournette. And he had another little brother too. The brother didn't pan out to have the career he had. But anyway, his daddy changed, got himself together and made sure he moved his son from out the hood just to make sure he, was preserved and was able to get caught up in none of the street stuff and just focus on his school and his football. And it worked out. Um, but yeah, his daddy was old, OG in the street, man. And but anyway, like I say, he was explosive, great high school football player. Um, and I wanted to see him play. We had heard a lot about him. Everybody wanted to see him play, really. And so this one Friday, because like I say, we don't get high school games from New Orleans area in this part of area where I was, which was around Alexandria. And so one particular week is being reported that he gonna have a game on ESPN. I check everything out, the guide and everything. It's for real. So I think this was like about 2 days before that Friday. So everybody understood, man, this what we watching Friday, whoop, whoop, whoop. So I couldn't wait to watch. So I would put my little that's how you walk your spot in the TV room. You put your little blanket down, and nobody don't move your blanket, because if somebody do that, disrespect. But anyway, I put my little blanket down on the front row. I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see this young dude. And everybody talking about, we seeing all the highlight, we seeing them in the paper, because you have dudes up there who get their paper. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm sitting in there, and the game I want to say started about 6 or 7. We feed up in prison, our last feed up is like between 5 and 5:30. Once they get all the domes, I think it's 6 o'clock probably when it ends, but like it started at 5. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna get in there between 5 and 5:30, the unit that I was in, right? But I'm not eating last child that day because, like I said, I got everything. Most of the time, last child is not good anyway. So I got the hook up and everything ready. We ready to watch the game. You know, a few guys in there ready to watch the game. And a lot of dudes they went because most of the time your last child that's really like your well, it's not your last time coming out because you're gonna get that last yard call before the whole thing shut down. But a lot of dudes go handle their business, go do their transaction, go do whatever they need to do, and then come in and get ready for the game or movie night because Friday is also movie night. So we trying to catch the game because we already had understand movie night start at 9. So we gonna watch the game till movie night come on. You feel me? Every Friday they show us a movie. Every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday they show us a movie. You feel me? In the prison. But anyway, so I'm sitting in there, man. I'm happy. I can't wait. So bam, my partner come to the bar, like the TV room. You're in the TV room. You got the dorm. You got the long dormitory that go way down, bed on each side. Then when you get to the front, you got the bathroom area, the microwave area, the like the little recreational table area. Then you got a glassed in TV room. But then you got the bars to that dormitory. It's a ball that you slide open. So my partner comes to the bar. Hey, come. So somebody knocked to the window. Say your partner. So I go out there. I'm like, what's up, bro? I say, man. He like, man, come on, man. We gotta go get loaded. And I'm like, man, I don't want to leave my spot because I don't want to lose my spot. Cause man, like I say, nobody not gonna really move your mat. I mean, nobody not gonna really move your blanket. You feel me? Matter of fact, I'm not really worried about nobody losing my spot. I'm worried about somebody changing that channel. You feel me? Because they had some dudes who didn't really want to watch the game. They wanted to watch Lifetime. And so losing Friday, we lose it pretty much chill out. Everybody watch what they want to watch Friday, Lifetime, whatever, the news, then they watch Lifetime. So movie night. The movie night is no vote. That's mandatory. But anyway, so I'm like, man, I don't want to leave. And they change the channel, then it'll be some other stuff. We'll do the woo. I'm like, man, but I'm going to get loaded. I want to be loaded watching the game anyway, so I leave and go get loaded. Man, I come back in, my spot's still there, and the nigga watching Lifetime. So I'm like, I'm loaded and I'm just chilling. I got my headphones, I'm zoning, you feel me? But then I'm like, and it was a dude named Rilo. He had the night wall, you know what I'm saying? He was a bigger dude. He bigger than me. I don't want to make it like he was no Goliath and I was no David. I ain't trying to make it like that, but he was way taller than me. This nigga was like 6'4", you feel me? I ain't capping. And matter of fact, my homeboy Jay Mick was on that tip, you feel me? So I got people that's on the street that can vouch for this, you feel me? But anyways, man, he's standing on side the TV, bro. You feel me? And he watching it. So I'm loaded. I don't say nothing. Cause my mind set on like, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna wait till 7 o'clock and I'm just gonna change the TV to the game. And he's from New Orleans. He should be wanting to watch the game, but this needs to be crap. I think that nigga was crazy. I don't know. So bam. The time comes at 7 o'clock, you feel me? Because I really wanted to be watching it before that. I wanted to see the whole talk where they, like the leading up into the game, talking about it and everything. But I said I ain't gonna even trip. You feel me? I ain't gonna even trip. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wait till the time comes. You feel me? I left out and I shouldn't have never left out. When you leave out, you really like a nigga could change the channel, you know what I'm saying? But so bam, your time come at 7 o'clock. So I just get up and I change the TV. He's still standing on side the TV though. So he's still standing on side the TV. So when I change the TV, he changed it back. I'm like, say Rallo, bro, we had already said. I know I say Rallo, I already said at 7 o'clock we were watching the game. You should have left out, nigga. You should have left out your music. I say, nigga, what? But I'm already flashing because I'm like, man, we watching that game. So I changed it again. I say, you change that TV again, nigga, it's up, nigga. So he changed it again. So I just got off on it. He fold against the wall, but he was a taller dude. You feel me? So when you fighting a taller dude and you a little shorter, if you know what you're doing, he can't really touch you. He gonna have to grab you. You feel me? But the nigga didn't grab it. So like, anyway, like I say, I'll just get off in this shit. You feel me? I still off on him. You feel me? I don't know if he expecting it or not, but I still off on him. So he almost fall, but he don't fall, but he kind of like fall up against the wall. And he run out of the TV room, you feel me? Now he go way to the back of the tier, because that's where his bed was. He go way to the back of the tier, and I go look, and I go back in the TV room, because I'm thinking he's straight. I'm thinking, you feel me? I done ran him out the TV room. That's what I'm thinking, you feel me? So then I see him knocking on the window. He got his shoes on now, because nobody don't just walk around with their shoes. We walk around our slippers or Crocs or whatever, but when niggas shoes on, they about to go play basketball. They about to get active. You feel me? So he got his shoes on. So I'm like, oh, this nigga want to go put his shoes on. He got his shirt off and everything now. You feel me? So he like, come to the back of the tier, come to the back of the tier. So I go to the back of the tier. We get in another one. Tear down. Nigga stop us. Nigga stop us. You feel me? And so now, like I say, I'm mad because I wanted to watch the game. I'm saying to myself, I know we about to go to jail, bro, to see about it. And I'm like, man, they like, man, no, y'all good. The people ain't coming, y'all good. Cause you got a nigga at the bars, you feel me? He watching the bus with me, like watching the police come. So me and him get another one. And that's all I remember, you feel me? And so he ended up hitting me with a crucial one, and I fell face first on the concrete, because the floor of concrete bust. I fell face first and ended up busting my face open right here, because again, that same bone that I hit that dude with the lock that I told y'all about last week's story, it automatically gonna split, because that bone right here, your cheekbone. So when my face hit that ground, my face split wide open, you feel me? And the impact automatically makes me, he knocked in the fight, his punch knocked me out, right? But when I hit the ground, that woke me up. So Jay Mix, my homeboy from Lake Charles, my homeboy Jay Mix, I just talked to Jay Mix the other day, and a dude from Lafayette named Got It, rest in peace, Got It, man, my boy. I get up and I know I'm down, but I don't know I've been knocked out or nothing. You know, when you get knocked out, you don't really know. So I'm like, man, what's that, man? What's up? They like, no, man. They hold me like, no, you straight. I don't see him nowhere. Hey, you straight. I'm like, what you mean I'm straight? No, man, let's get it. They like, man. So Jay Mick hand me a mirror, and I see it, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm just thinking about it right now. It's crazy because I'm thinking about it. I'm getting teary-eyed thinking about it because I remember seeing that. And I'm like, oh my God, because it was gruesome, bro. Like, I'm talking about dog. And dude get to telling me what happened. Like, man, y'all was getting in and you got off on a man the T was. I remembered everything. I just didn't remember how I ended up on the ground. And they started telling me everything that happened, and so it was like, man, you gotta go, man. You gotta go get to the hospital, man. You gotta get your face right. You feel me? Like, you know, sometimes when you get into it with a nigga and you get a little war wound, you could kind of try to duck it off, because it's gonna mess up the jokes for these dudes on this tip. Because what's gonna happen is, in a situation like that, when nobody don't say nothing, they gonna lay up there, shut the tier down, interrogate everybody. What happened? Mess a nigga whole Joseph for that night. Like, the whole joke got messed up for that night. They turned the TVs off, no movie night for that particular tier. Until somebody said something. Nobody said nothing. I think it was like Monday, they ended up letting the dudes off, from my understanding, because I had to go to the hospital. You feel me? I ended up going to the people like, man, look, man, my face. I told them I had fear. I told them I was running, and I slipped and fell because they had water. They used to have, like, right around the urinal and the shower. Sometimes the shower water leak, and so I told them I slipped by the shower, and I had like my shower shorts on. And I told them, they were like, all right, just go get your stuff, go get dressed, and we're gonna call the ambulance to take you out the gate. So that's what happened, man. I ended up going out the gate, and the doctor was telling me, he said, I'm not gonna stitch it like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. He said, because that's gonna leave a bad scar on your face. He said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one stitch, and I'm gonna go all the way straight through. That's why I tell dude, if you ever got some family members or anybody in prison and they telling you that those people don't take care of you in there, it's bad medical, I'm telling you, as somebody who did 10 years, they lying. You get the best health care in there. The best. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got dudes in there who have grievances, and they'll do certain things and refuse medical and stuff like that. they can't force you to get medical. But if you put a sick call in, and say you need to see the doctor. Now, the only thing I didn't like about it is the dental. They don't really do fillings. They'll just pull your teeth. You know what I'm saying? That's what I don't like. A lot of dudes got a lot of teeth pulled. I got some teeth pulled. I wish I could have kept and just got a filling. But outside of that, I got eye surgery in there. They're like, that's where you get good, and it's free. You feel me? It's free. You know what I'm saying? But and the people, like, say for instance, when dudes go on hunger strike for whatever reason, man, them people had the governors come there. Them people feed them dudes, try to give them street food, and they try to do anything to get them off their hunger strike because they don't want you to die in there. If you die in there, that being a bad, that's bad press. That affect the money that they get for the facility. So when people tell y'all, man, they don't take care of prisoners and that they let people die, I'm telling you that is a lie. Man, because this surgery that he was doing on my face, this surgery that most people don't get. Because I got stitches in my hand one time in the streets. And they just don't do that regular up and down surgery and leave all, you know what I'm saying? But he did a stitch that went through my face. And right now, you don't even know I had that scar. Let's not tell you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what he told me. Say when it heals, it's gonna look like. And I'm telling you, it was almost like my whole face right here was bust open. You feel me? And now you don't even know that scar was there. And that was an expensive surgery. If I'd have been in the street, I don't even think Medicare would have paid for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but so I just wanted to say that on that level. And so I come back down the walk with my face stitched up. You know what I'm saying? And of course, when you come from that way, you got to pass all the units. I don't remember what time it was when I came. But I remember I was seeing a lot of people, and they were like, man, you straight, huh? You good? I'm like, yeah, man, what really know? You know what I'm saying? We got it in. You feel me? And then, like, I already knew, like, every day for when they call, like, gym call and stuff like that there, that's where everybody go in the gym and click up with their homeboy from other units, from the streets. Like, say, for instance, you might have a homeboy here in another unit with a big yard and gym call. That's where you can meet up with your friends, because y'all, So when I go in there, all my homeboy wait for me, you know what I'm saying? Of course, they heard what happened, you feel me? Plus, I had a homeboy on the tier with me. So I'm sure he had went told everybody, yeah, man, that man, bro, woo, woo, woo. So I go in the gym, all my homeboys over there. And I know people, it's kind of like a little tension too. It's kind of like a little tension because niggas because niggas know how I was. So niggas probably on their mindset like, man, Vernon, Lake Charles gonna trip out about that. Well, I mean, I really can't do that much because my face bust open. So if I do fight a nigga again, I'm gonna have to. How am I not get hit in the face? So man, Vernon or Lake Charles might try to stab that man or whatever. And I'm like, listen, bro. I told my homeboy, and matter of fact, before I even went there and to meet my homeboy, I had one of my main men. And he was from New Orleans. He was like, "What's up, bro? You know what I'm saying?" He asked me what happened, but what he really saying is, "Man, that shit dead, right? You feel me? That shit ain't about nothing, right?" And I'm like, "Man, nah, son." I say, because he like one of the big dogs, so he gonna go, Because I listen. So anyway, I go meet my homeboy, right? So I got a homeboy named Big D. You feel me? And Big D mad. You feel me? Big D is mad and upset and bucking in the gym and tripping, just making a bit. I'm like, Big in the gym packed, bro, with everybody. I say the gym call. So I'm like, Big D, chill out, bro. Let me holler at you, bro. You feel me? Because as soon as I come in the gym, Big D like, man, he tripped. So I'm like, man, chill out, bro. Chill out, you hear me? So I'm running with him, my homeboy Mohawk and all them. I'm telling him. D like, man, that nigga was too big for you, man. I won't eat. He and the nigga in the gym too. He like over there, you know what I'm saying, with his homeboy, you feel me? And some of his homeboys, my homeboy, but not all of them, you feel me? Because some of them niggas I wouldn't rock with. Like he had a few niggas that he ran with that I don't think because see when you up there, like some of them dudes from New Orleans, bro, they look at you like they call you country boy. They look at you like you slower than them, you behind time, you ain't really up to par on their level. You know what I'm saying? So that's how a lot of them dudes feel. And I ain't gonna really name no name, but they had niggas that he ran with that was on there. So they didn't really rock with me. I was on the tier with them, and if it was business, I dealt with them. But other than that, we didn't have no dealing. And again, I always knew niggas how they feel by energy and all that there. So then some of the niggas, also another thing, some of the niggas, and this how it happened. Like New Orleans so big and they have a lot of beef going on from the street. So some of the niggas that I would hang with from New Orleans had beef with some of them niggas. And some of them niggas that I was cool with, it just was a mess. Like I was cool with niggas from New Orleans that they had beef with each other. So it would be like, man, that nigga a hoe. When I be with him, he talking about him when I be with him. And so it was just a real, because there's so many of them. And like I said, they got a lot of beef on the street from partner that they kill for each other, or they partners, or they little hoods, or they little cliques, or whatever. So anyway, like I said, he over there with some niggas who I don't really rock with, but there's some niggas over there I do rock with. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember he had a homeboy named Lil Pumpkin, man. Free my little homeboy Pumpkin, man. Lil Pumpkin, matter of fact, Lil Pumpkin and Lil Daryl. That was two of my niggas from the night war, two little young niggas. That was my little niggas, bro. You feel me? And they was over there with them, you feel me? And I'm looking at them, and then Lil Pumpkin came holler at me too. He came at me too, and he left from them, came holler like, "What's up, bro?" And he like, I like Lil Pumpkin. I say Lil Pumpkin, what's up, Lil Pumpkin? Because he was a little nigga. And I dealt with my little dog, Lil Pumpkin, man. And I was like, man, I say, ain't shit. You feel me? He say, man, I'm saying no. You feel me? And he played so much. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Pumpkin is good. I say, I'm going to holler at you because Pumpkin was on my tip. I said, I'm going to holler at you later on, Pumpkin. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to holler at these niggas. Big D, like I say, he tripping, making a big scene. And Big D was this big old giant nigga. But this nigga was a giant, you feel me? So he like, man, I want to fight the nigga. I want your remix because the nigga was too big. You ain't doing no fighting right now because your fate. I want that nigga remix, man. Let it be known. I want that nigga remix. And I'm glad he told me that like, he didn't just go take it up on himself. Because I'm like, no, Big D, that's dead. That's dead. That's what you mean. That dead. Look your face. I'm like, that's dead, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the reason, this is why I killed it. This is why I killed it. I killed it because, again, this is prison. This is not the streets. See, on the streets, you can hide. You can hide. You can go out of town. You can hide and don't come outside. You can hide. You can hide. You can't hide in there. So I knew that this was gonna breach a lot of contracts. I had too much. He did too. He just was on some, man, that my little homeboy from my city, and he let this nigga. But it was gonna breach too many contracts. It was too much business that was being took care of, and too much transaction, too much stuff going on for me to breach that over. We got in a fight. He won. He came out on top. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like he jumped me or you know what I'm saying? Like that. I just lost a fight. Now in some situations, yeah, nigga, I want to keep fighting, but in this situation, it's dead. And if he get into that, okay, Big D probably would have banged him up. But it's way more them than us. We don't know how that was gonna turn out. And after everything, you gotta have a thinker, bro. I always was the thinker, bro. In every group or clique I hung with from childhood to prison, I always was the thinker. Well, and I ain't gonna lie, let me take that back because it was situations in prison where I was ready to flash and rest in peace, my little homeboy, Lil Nine. He was the thinker. Or my big homie Murder Moo, who took me under his wing. So I ain't gonna say every time, but you know what I'm saying, most of the time, especially within my homeboy. So I was like, yeah, man, just kill it. You feel me? So you know what I'm saying? Because like I say, if it would have shook fate, it was gonna be a fight, a big old G fight. We probably was gonna come out unsuccessful because it's way more than them. But whether we came out successful or not, because everybody from New Orleans will get into it, because it's niggas who was gonna stand down on the strength of me. It's niggas who gonna stand down on the strength of Smoke. It's niggas who gonna stand down on the strength of J. Mick. It's niggas who gonna stand down on the strength of Mohawk. It's niggas who's gonna stand down on the strength of Big D. Mark, a lot of us. It was a lot of us from Lake Charles who had niggas and real homies from New Orleans. So some niggas were gonna stand down, but some niggas wasn't. Some niggas were gonna pick they city side and be on some shit like, man, that ain't had nothing to do with Big D. Lake Charles, Vernon and Rallo got into it. Rallo came out on top. This prison ain't no such thing as who big and who small, nigga. This prison, we all here together. Get it how you live. If you felt like the nigga was too big, you shouldn't have got off on the nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying nobody ain't say that, but I'm just, hypothetically speaking. And so, like I said, man, just kill it because the stain that it's gonna leave. And the issue that, you know what I'm saying, you might mess up some business. Some nigga might be like, nah, Brian, so, because again, niggas from, you got a lot of country boys up there, what they call us, which is anybody that's not from New Orleans that's making moves and doing stuff, but the niggas who making the most moves with the cell phones, the drugs and all that, the niggas from New Orleans. So you got to go through their pipeline because they the ones who got the plug. They the ones who going to visit. They the ones who making it happen. Like I say, it's not because you know what I'm saying, it's niggas from other areas, you know what I'm saying, but I'm just saying. So and then just really like, you know, you have a camaraderie with people, bro, in prison, bro. Like this is not this almost like this you know what I'm saying? This is a person you got love for, you eat with, you sit, y'all sit on, y'all do everything together. But he from New Orleans, you from Lake Charles, wherever you from, and this could potentially be damaged over a fight that you got in and you lost, that you was in the right because you had claimed that TV, but you know how it go. This prison, bro, ain't no rules and regulations. Now I will say this, you know, Kevin Gates always say penitentiary rules in effect, and I respect that because see one thing about penitentiary rules, bro. If people on the street live their life for a penitentiary rules, bro, nobody will have it. Wouldn't hardly nobody will be dying because stuff is, you know, handled respectfully in there. Now a lot of it's time where stuff ain't handled respectfully, but for the most part, stuff is handled respectfully. Like if me and somebody get into it from another way, it's gonna be people that try to because it's like again, we all in here together. And yes, it's G fights every now and then. My city versus this city. Yes, everybody, but for the most part, everybody get along, everybody deal with everybody. And so, okay, I'm about to get into it with this little dude from Shreveport, you know what I'm saying? And I gotta notify my homeboy just in case he turn out bad. Now my homeboy may be like, oh no, man, that's what you call him, little brother. Oh, that's Woochu people. Oh, that's man, let me holler at home and see what it was about. Over what? Skip the line, man. No, we ain't tripping about that because it could put so now if it's a situation where it's up and it's stuck, then it's up and it's stuck. We're gonna be on the big yard, the gym, and get how we live. But for the most part, you want to try to alleviate that if it's not something that's really make a big old, you know what I'm saying? Like I had a story on here where I got into the dude, you know, and that was, you know, it was up and it was stuck and it didn't get nobody got involved from Baton Rouge. Me and him handled our business and that was a wrap. But sometimes it do. And so, you know, it ain't really that serious to over something like that to just like, oh man, we about to enter the, you know what I'm saying? Nah. So like I say, we let it ride, and like I said, my homeboy Big D was mad about it, and eventually he got over it, and everything went back to normal, man. Um, and that's how it was, you know what I'm saying? But I ended up getting moved off that tier. They moved me off the tier, you know what I'm saying? Just automatic because I was nobody knew what happened. And I think they end up knowing what happened because there's always a rat. It's just like the street. There's always a rat on the tier who told. But anyway, when I came from the hospital, they already had all my shit packed, feel me, for me. My homeboys had already packed all my stuff for me, you know what I'm saying? And they told me I was going to another unit. So when I came from the hospital, I went to another unit, but I used to be on that because that was the popping unit. That was they got 5 units. They got Cajun 3, Cajun 2, Cajun 1, the cell block, and Hope. Now Hope was like for all of the honor students and all of the people who was getting trade, college degrees. They had like that's the White House. They way on the other end. You feel me? Then you got the cell block, of course. Then you got Cajun 1. Cajun 1 is for like the elderly people, the handicapped people, and the kitchen workers because it's right across from the kitchen. Cajun 2 was like middle class. Like you had, you know, a lot of, you know, YNs and Cajun 2 was really the most popular because they had all of the cell phone, all of the drug everywhere, the cell phone and drug everywhere. But I think Cajun 2 had the most, you know what I'm saying? Because Cajun 2 was laid back, the security was laid back. You could really much do what you want, move how you want to move. And Cajun 3 was way on the other end, which is where I was when all that happened. That's like the project, you know what I'm saying? The security heavy, they always shaking you down. It's always something going down there. It's like it's the lid is on the slit, you know what I'm saying? But and that's where pretty much everybody be hanging at during the day. They could skip their unit and go there. So every day I was still going hang down there and shit. But that was that. You feel me? I seen him at events. Long story short, about I want to say about 3 years down the line, me and him was back on the tee again. Cool. You know what I'm saying? He had a cell phone at that time. I did, you feel me? And I used to be hollering at my partners. I'll never forget, man. Rest in peace in his soul, my homeboy Corey, man, sent me a picture of his car, Slangers, to his phone. And I never forget that the next day he was like, because like I used to use his phone sometime, but the next day he was like, man, your homeboy sent me a picture of his car on Slangers. And I'm like, how you know what Slangers is, nigga? Because he was from New Orleans. He like, man, we used to ride that shit way, way, way back, you feel me? But and he gave me the phone, like I said, man, nigga got cool. And that's just I'm just showing you how the camaraderie is in there. Like niggas to get into it, and you know what I'm saying? You don't know what's gonna happen. This might be somebody you work with in Hope one day. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go to Hope and y'all got jobs and y'all doing taking college courses or you getting a trade or whatever. This might be your work partner. You know what I'm saying? This is how it works. This prison. This not the streets where you can hide and let beef simmer. You can't do that. And that beef got to come to the top. It got to get took care of, and whatever happened. But all that hiding and ducking and putting off, it got to get rectified. You know what I'm saying? Um, and yeah, man, that's my story on that, man. But as y'all see in the topic, I got a thing that I need to speak on, man. And I seen a video from a guy that I really respect named Jason Wilson. I've been following him for about probably about 8 years now. I like the brother. He wrote some dope. He wrote some great books. Just a great guy. Great mentor for some men who don't have fathers and they don't have a lot of wisdom on things they may need advice for. I would suggest they go check his channel out. Well, he's speaking on a situation that I got in the topic on how you love your woman but you don't worship her. You know, a lot of our young black men today, they worship women. And when I say worship, I'm not talking like worship God. And then I guess maybe you can say some of them do because some of these dudes be with the black woman is God stuff. But what I'm really speaking on is psychosocial. They worship her. And that's just not the order. You're not supposed to worship anybody for that matter, but you're definitely not supposed to worship your wife. You're supposed to love your wife. You know, First Peter chapter 3 and First Peter chapter 3, Ep.5, just to name a few chapters of many in the Bible, it speaks about how a husband's supposed to treat a wife and a wife to a husband. And one of the things that he tells us in Ep.5 is that we supposed to love our wives like Jesus loved the church, meaning give our life for her if come to it. We supposed to love her like we love our own body. This is how much we supposed to love our wife, but we're not supposed to worship nobody. And a lot of us young black men, what happens is we are raised by our mothers. And well, I can say us, because I'm gonna say because I wasn't, but a lot of young black men are raised by their mother. And so what happens is all they used to is a mother over them, grandmother, the sister friend. And what happens is they grow up and they feel that it's normal for a woman to lord over them and get them the orders and lead the relationship. Number one, your woman is not gonna like you to do that. She may not say that because she thinks, see, the woman is not put here to lead. That's not her role. And when she's doing that, she's frustrated, she's overwhelmed, she's gonna come off as bitter at times. That's not how I've talked to several women who were in relationships, marriages, and they told me like he don't never want to leave. That turns women off. And they'll stick around if you a breadwinner and you really got bread, but they'll cheat on you in some cases. They'll leave you eventually because women are not built like that. They'll act like they are, like they want everything to go their way, but that's just not how a woman are. If you give a woman everything she wants, she's not gonna respect you. If you don't have no order, not control, I want to be clear on that. I'm speaking from a godly masculine standpoint, not a toxic masculine standpoint, a godly, loving masculine standpoint. A standpoint where you love your woman so much, as per mentioned, as you love yourself, you love her so much that you create in her a softness that comes from her that comes from her godly femininity, which is going to automatically develop if you loving her correctly, right? You have to have that order. But when it comes to let the woman lead and all that, it's just not going to be right because that's not her purpose. That's not her spiritual calling. And she's going to be frustrated. She's going to resent you. And like I say, eventually she's going to leave you. And before she leaves you, if you somebody who a breadwinner, she probably will cheat on you. And the bad thing about it, if you got a kid with her, she's going to take your children. And you may say she wrong for that. And I agree. But again, a lot of us as men don't understand women. And we date and date and date, and we never understand women. You got to understand the woman. You have to understand her. And she, listen, man, there's a lot of things I'm going to speak on, on this channel, and I spoke on them already about how you treat your wife and how you, like I made a live a couple of weeks ago on how you keep your marriage happy forever. Listen, man, right now you're dealing with a very dangerous time. It's a very dangerous time to be living in when you're dealing with women. But again, if you operate right and operate how you're supposed to with that woman, because your source is a godly energy, which making you godly masculine, and your godly masculinity is spilling out on her because that's the order of Christ, God and Christ, Christ and man, one man over woman, woman over children, and it's trickling down. And so now you're creating a godly femininity in her, and she's being able to be a godly mother. And so a lot of times men don't understand women, so they think that, again, like I say, most of them, they were raised by women, so they think it's natural to let a woman lead and let her do this and do this. And what happens is it gets to a point of worshiping now. Like anything the woman say they do, they don't never push back on anything, and it's like it's almost like they're the woman's boy instead of her husband. And a lot of our black women have been unfortunately infected with the Jezebel spirit because they've been forced to do so much on their own without men helping them, without their daddy helping their mother. Because sometimes it comes from that. They just seen their mama struggle and they just automatically, I'm going to get my degree. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And what it creates in them is a Jezebel spirit that makes them want to be the ruler. And so what you see is a lot of them now, they're getting with older guys, they're getting with white dudes because the white dude is automatically going to submit to that energy, right? But it's not going to work. And she's going to cheat on them. She's going to eventually move around because a woman can't control herself in those type of environments. A woman has to be moderated. She is capricious. She's whimsical. This is the woman. She's a beautiful, essential creature that makes the world a better place. But I'm just giving you an understanding of the woman's nature. Now, if you don't want to believe me, you want to, oh, that's not my woman. Okay, cool. Women need certain things that women must have. They must be constantly validated. And if it don't come from you, it's gonna come from somebody. Right? Just another situation. But you're supposed to love your woman, man. You're not supposed to worship her. And so I want to play this video from this brother Jason Wilson, and what he's saying about this situation. And of course, I'll chime in.
Shalom, my brothers. I trust all is well with you and your families. After our last live discussion around my video, The Woman Who Could Bury a Man Alive, I've been sitting with something heavy, and I had an epiphany. Out of all of the problems men bring to me, almost every one of them centers around a woman. The depression, a woman. The anger, a woman. The insecurity, a woman. The loss of focus, a woman. The spiritual drift, a woman. The financial overextension, trying to impress, a woman. The emotional shutdown, triggered by a woman. Even the so-called grinding mentality that a lot of men live in is often fueled by the desire to prove something to a woman. This epiphany is sobering because it tells me something deeper is happening. For most men, the deepest psychological wounds are relational. Not financial failure, not physical weakness, not even lack of purpose, but relational rupture. And I believe that
Again, that's very powerful what he's saying. You know, men were put here to take all the pressure. And like I always say, I wouldn't trade being a man for nothing in the world. We made in the image of God. We the gods of this earth. But a man can go through a lot of things and overcome it. He can go through financial loss. He can go through loss of a loved one, best friend, whatever. But it seemed like, and I've been through this, you know what I'm saying? Um, Heartbreak. The heartbreak is something that, and I'm talking about from a woman. Heartbreak from a woman, disloyalty, unfaithfulness from a woman is something that could permanently damage you. It can permanently damage your future relationships. It can permanently damage your mental stability, the way you can't even focus for work. It can permanently damage you and affect your whole life, make you lose your career. I've seen all kinds of stuff that men have went through from having their heart broke, finding out this woman that they put all of their stock in played them. And I hate to say it, I hate to say this, but as a man, I must say it. Most cases, it was the man's fault. Now, what the woman did might have was wrong, which is it was wrong, and she was cheating or whatever. But in most cases, it was the man's fault from something he was doing or the lack thereof. Again, what I tell dudes all the time when you're dealing with your lady, you have to understand this every day, every single day. And this not counting if she got a job. But every single day, everywhere she goes, I don't care how she looks. She could be a Coke bottle or she gonna be a hippopotamus. These dudes do not care. These dudes are out here having sex with other men. There's a whole bunch of DL brothers. These dudes just want to stick their penis in a warm hole. Listen, bro. If your woman has a vehicle, has a job, she is getting off social media. She is getting bombarded every single day with other options. What you have to do as a man, you have to treat your lady in a way. And I please don't come in my comment section or telling me, why I gotta do that to make her be faithful. Listen. I'm just giving you the world we live in. You can take it and leave it. All I'm doing, like I say, this channel is solutions-based, solution-oriented. All I'm doing is giving solutions. If you take them. If not, make this. That's on you. You have to treat your lady in a way. First of all, you need to be loving her like you love yourself. As for mention, you need to be loving her like Jesus loved the church, meaning you'll give your life for her. You're never supposed to worship her, but you're supposed to love her and appreciate her. You're supposed to constantly teach. You know, I tell people all the time, we do all of these things, jump through hoops to get a woman, then we get her and get caught. Can't do that with the woman, bro. The woman is a grown child. And this is not derogatory toward women. This is something that I've learned from dealing with women of all walks of life, all races. Some more this than others, some more that than other, but they all the same. They're all wired the same, right? And so what I'm saying is, when you're dealing with these creatures, um, they can bring you sunshine on a cloudy day, or they can bring thunderstorms on your sunny day. But it's all about how you treat them. It's like a flower. If you water your flower and give it sunlight, it's going to grow and pretty. If you don't, it's going to die, just like your girl. Your relationship is going to die. Once your relationship dies, her mind is already set. Her mind is already set, destroy and rebuild. Especially our black women, because our black women, and again, I'm not picking at black women. It's not a gender war channel. That's not what this is about. Again, this is a solution-based, solution-oriented, pro-truth channel where I will rectify the truth. If I step on your toe, that means you had them out. Put on some steel toe boots and your toes won't get stepped on. And I hope I don't go over your head with that. But what I'm saying is this. The woman, like I said, especially our black women, are constantly being pulled. Social media. Matter of fact, I try to see if I can find, because I seen somebody saying so. Who was there saying that? Anyway, they're constantly being pulled. Social media. Oh yeah, I'm about to play it. I do have it. Social media. They family. They miserable friends, or they unhappy or single friends. The female rappers, the reality. So all of these things are constantly pulling at your woman's mind, right? Pulling at her mind to the point where she has. So if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, these voices may end up being overpowering to your voice, and that's when you're in trouble. That's when you lost it. And the reason why it's just one of the reasons, because it's several, and I'll address them as long as I do this podcast. I mean, as long as I do this live. The woman is a child. We know that when you buy a child a toy, what happens? They'll do everything. They'll work for it. They'll beg for it. You buy it for them. And outside of a gaming console, so they lose it, stay with them, or PC or something like that. After a while, they don't really care no more. They want another toy. It has no more excitement. And again, the woman is whimsical. She's capricious. If she's not having fun, now, again, some women will stay for the family to keep the family together, but some women won't. If they're unhappy, they get to destroy and rebuild. And you know that movie Temptation was a very powerful movie, man. Tyler Perry's Temptation. I don't know if y'all seen it. And this guy, he was just a regular old guy, just regular sex and just boring. I hate to say it, but he was boring. If you're boring, you're in trouble, man. Because all of the things that the woman is seeing, hearing, and you being bored, she gonna feel like she losing. She may be winning just by having a good man that provide for her, and she is winning. But if you're boring, you pushing your woman away, and you don't even know it. Now again, whatever she do that's disloyal, unfaithful, she dead wrong. But again, the woman is a child. So listen. And like I said, I'm gonna play this video too. But I want to stay on this right now until you finish this. Let me take a note to make sure I don't forget. Yeah. And so what you have to understand, man, you got to treat your girl like a flower, man. You can't be boring, man. You got to be doing stuff. And in this video, in the movie Temptation, this woman, she cheated on this guy, her good husband. He was a provider. He loved her. He was boring, but he was a provider. He loved her. And she went off with this guy who was living the life, had money, and he looked good. If he wasn't good, he was really gold. The whole time he got HIV. You know what I'm saying? And this can happen. Your woman is going to end up going mess with another guy. She may not leave you, but she's eventually going to. That's why I tell a lot of dudes. This is why your woman pussy starts smelling funny. If you not cheating, because you can do that too. But if your woman pussy just all of a sudden start kind of, that means her pH balance get messed off because somebody else been dipping oil stick in her. But also, if you doing that, you could be doing that. So if you cheating, you could be making your girl pussy think she might not be doing nothing. But I'm just letting you know, if your girl pussy if she got whatever, all of a sudden start having a smell out of nowhere, she messing with somebody else, bro. And it's probably your fault. But she's still dead wrong. But two wrong don't make it right. Two wrong make it even, but it don't make it right. But anyway, I digress. And so now your woman out here, because you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you being bored, and she didn't want to mess with another dude. Not only can she bring STDs back, she can bring STDs back. What do I mean by that? Not only can she bring sexual transmitted diseases back to you, she can bring spiritual transmitted diseases to you. These dudes out here, man, got all kind of demons on them, bro. When it comes to the spiritual realm, they nasty. And a woman is a receiver by nature. Now, a nigga that dipped it in your woman, and now she bringing all that back to you, and you wonder why all of a sudden you depressed. You wonder why all of a sudden you having all of these issues. What do I mean by being bored? Listen, man. Listen. You need to be sometime not having sex with your wife. You need to be effing your wife. You need to be going crazy. And sometimes, I mean, some of these dudes, bro, all they do is the morning sex sometime before work. They'll roll around and at night, but they ain't been with their woman so much. And women too. But I'm not speaking to the woman right now. But I'm just saying, women too. Y'all need to make sure y'all keep everything sexy to make y'all man be more crump to and more excited to be more freaky with you. Y'all don't go nowhere. Only place y'all go is to some of y'all might go to the club every blue moon in your hometown. Y'all don't never go out of town. Y'all don't really have dates planned. Every month, y'all should be doing 2 to 3 dates. 2 of them in town, 1 of them out of town. You got to make your girl think twice, man. If I leave him, I'm going to be leaving all of this behind. And some women still a fumble. Women fumble good men all the time. We don't talk about it, but women fumble great men all the time. But I'm just saying, for the most part, if you making sure that you treating your woman right, you making sure she feel beautiful, you is feeding her, charging her battery with the godly masculinity in you that you getting from your source, which is God, everything gonna be all right. God gonna make it like that. If you seeking him as your source, passing that energy down to your woman, you good. And I tell people all the time, bro. Well, let me let him finish. Let me finish before I go too much in my commentary. Let's continue.
This is because most men are more emotionally and mentally invested in their relationship with the woman more than their relationship with Yah. You pray harder when you're about to lose her than when you're about to lose yourself. You fast
Powerful.
when she pulls away, but you won't fast when you feel like you're drifting further away from Abba Yah. And that imbalance, my brothers, is dangerous. James chapter 1, verse 8 tells us that a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So you cannot be anchored south and expect to stand north. Some brothers are spiritually, mentally, and emotionally unstable because their actions are after the heart of a woman instead of their actions being after the heart of Yah the Most High. So when this
Powerful, man. Powerful. Made the woman their God.
woman is happy, you feel strong. When she's distant, you're shaky. When she affirms you, you rise. When she withholds affection, you collapse. And this means she has become your source. But she was never created to be your source. She was created to be your help, walking with you in the will of the Most High Yah, not replacing. Psalm chapter, I believe it's 62, verse 5 says, my soul wait only upon Yah, for my expectation is from him. My brothers, it says only upon Yah, not partially, not emotionally when it's convenient, but only. Not on a woman, but only on Yah. Now, let's go a little deeper than that. Some of us are trying to find healing and intimacy instead of identity in Christ. We try to soothe childhood wounds with a woman's affection. We try to repair rejection with sex. We try to quiet insecurity by purchasing gifts for women. And then we call all of the above love. But if your relationship with a woman determines your spiritual stability, that is not love, my brothers. That's misplaced worship. Matthew chapter 6, verse 33 says, seek first the kingdom of Yah and his righteousness, and all these things, my brothers, shall be added unto you. It says, seek Yah's kingdom.
That's a powerful scripture, Matthew 6:33. And me and a young lady was talking about that the other day, how powerful that scripture is and how powerful and how much it can change your life. Because what I just said, speaking on what you need to be doing for your woman, you may say, well, I can't afford that. Um, well, it's always been my thing, and you may disagree. That's fine. If you can't take you can't take care of 80% of the relationship financially, you shouldn't be dating. But again, people may disagree with that. That's your right. Um, but if you're not able to take care of your relationship 80% of it, that means you can't just do stuff and that means you can't just do things when you would like to do them. And you may not be afford to live that lifestyle that I'm speaking about. That's gonna keep your woman happy and fulfilled and affirmed. Your woman should never be looking rough. Your woman should always have if she not working, and even if she is working, you should always make sure that she has her hair done, her nails done. Again, I understand if a woman's single, that's on her to take care of that. But if she's in a relationship, um, I feel that that's your. I feel now. I'm not saying because some relationship might be different. If your girlfriend have a job, she can do those things for herself. Say, for instance, you taking care of 80% of the relationship financially, she can do that herself. You know what I'm saying? But if she's not, she's a stay-at-home mom or something like that. There, she should not even have to. I'm talking about as soon as her lash look like it's about to come off, or her hair look like it's getting old, or you think it's about to get old, her hair should be getting done. You should be making sure she have when it comes to beautifying herself and taking care of her aesthetic, you know what I mean, her esthetician or whatever you know what I'm talking about, like her beautifying herself, her wax, everything. She again, this is why y'all need to have, even if y'all won't, you can do these things together, have spa days together. Because it's good for men to get manicures and pedicures. I used to get them all the time. I haven't got them in a long time. But when I was working at a chemical plant, I was wearing those steel toe boots. I wanted to keep my feet right, my hands right. And that's why right now my hands, even though I haven't got a manicure and a pedicure in a couple of years, my hands and my feet are amazing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just me. That's that type of dude I am. But some dude might be like, I don't care how my feet look, but that's on you, dog. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, y'all can do these things together. You know what I'm saying? Have a spa date, and just go let your woman pamper herself. But when I'm just speaking on the beautifying tip. But let's continue.
Kingdom first, not seek her first. Not
Oh, that's what I want. That's what I want to get off here. But again, if you saying I can't afford this lifestyle you talking about, this is why we have to put the Matthew 6:33 in place for our lives. And I always speak about this. I've made other videos about relationship and I've spoken about this. We have to understand that if we try to do things the right way, we have to seek ye first the kingdom of God. That's why the Bible, Matthew 6:33, the scripture he's saying says, Matthew, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things will be added unto you. Not just the car, not just the job, not just the house, not just the spouse, all things. The Bible don't lie. Jesus don't lie. God do not lie. And if God send you something, you ain't got to worry about it. God send your husband, you ain't got to worry about him cheating. God send your wife, you ain't got to worry about her cheating. But the thing about that is God is not going to send you his best if you ain't your best. Oh, it's taking too long. I've been praying. It's taking too long because God's not going to send you his best while you're a mess. So when you worrying about all of these things and, especially speaking of a woman, that's what we're talking about right now. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and God will send you all things. That's Matthew 6:33. But let's continue.
procure her first, not build with her first, but seek Yah first. And all these things, what you desire, what you need, that align with Yah's will for your life, will be added to you. See, when you're anchored in him, you don't chase options. You don't need to juggle women. You don't live in emotional chaos or ride an emotional roller coaster throughout your life. I believe it's Colossians chapter 2, verse 10. It says that we are complete in him, complete in Christ, not completed by a woman, not completed by her words of affirmation, not stabilized by romance, but complete in Christ. So here's the question, my brothers. If she walked away tomorrow, would your faith still be strong? If her respect fluctuates, does your identity shift? When loneliness creeps in, do you run to prayer or to another woman for attention? This is where we have to be honest with ourselves, my brother, because the Most High will never, ever compete for your attention. It is written that he will not tolerate our affection or admiration for idols. And we must admit, my brothers, women can be idols if they're placed above the Most High. Yes, the right woman, my brothers, is a gift. I'm blessed to have one in my life. But Yah is the source of every good and perfect gift. In other words, for me, my wife was given to me by Yah the Most High. He crossed our paths, and I was blessed and have obtained favor because of her. But all of that wouldn't have happened if I had not been seeking him. So we cannot invert that order, my brothers. It's Yah first, everything else second. Build vertical before you build horizontal. In other words, focus going up vertical, then look around horizontal.
Absolutely.
Because if your foundation is not in Christ, every relationship will feel unstable.
Absolutely.
No matter how beautiful, no matter how intelligent, no matter how gifted she is. So tonight, recalibrate. Rededicate yourself to carrying your cross and keeping your mind focused on Yah. And that's Isaiah 26:3. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 3. Strengthen your patience with prayer. Stop saying template prayers. Pray truly for the Holy Spirit to teach you what to pray and how to pray. And then sit still and give the Most High time to speak back to you. Guard your heart and your mind in Christ. Anchor your heart and your hope in Abba Yah, the Most High. Then, my brothers, pursue a woman. Not because you need her to feel whole, but because you're already comprehensive. And it's written that it's not good for you to be alone. Remember, it's also written, my brothers, that he who finds a wife finds what is good and obtains favor from Adonai, not favor from a woman. Shalom, my brothers.
Great video, man. Great video, man. I want to play 2 more videos for you guys. 2 very short videos, and I'll bring this to a close. I think I pretty much said everything that I need to say. Now what I'm about to tell y'all, bro, I know it's gonna be touchy. I know some of y'all ain't gonna agree, but one thing about it, I learned in life is with new information. I'm glad I heard this before I got married. With new information, you gotta update your software, bro. And this is something powerful that I need y'all to hear. You can disagree, but that's on you. It's facts. But I want y'all to hear this. Never do this.
Never bow down and ask a woman to marry you. It's demonic. I'm going to explain why. The scriptures say that Christ is the head of every man, and that man is the head of what? The covering in the family. And it says, submit unto your husband as unto Christ. The man is submitted to Christ, submitted to God, and the woman is submitted to the man. Now, when a man bows down, what is that a sign of? It is a sign of submission. Nowhere, let me take the shades off of this one. Nowhere, anywhere in the scriptures does it say that a man should bow down to a woman. Let's go deeper. Bowing down is a form of worship, and it is an acknowledgement of somebody greater than yourself. Why the hell does the Christian church condone men getting down on a knee, submitting, doing the exact opposite of what God's word that they claim to be preaching says to do? Mind you, in Genesis 3, the whole fall of humanity was because the serpent deceived the woman, Eve, and she ate from the tree, did what God said not to do, and the man who was with her also did the same. And then when God judged man, he said, because you have listen to the voice of your wife and have eaten from the tree from which I told you not to eat from. Boom. And he hit him with the judgment. The first sin was listening to the voice of his wife over the voice of God. This is deep stuff. And I don't believe in the Bible. Then get off my video because there's no hope for you. You have absolutely no foundation for life. And I guarantee your life reflects it. But back to the point at hand. A man should never submit to a woman. Ever, ever, ever. Jezebel was a queen. Her husband was Ahab. And she usurped her authority just like Eve did with Adam. This is how Satan uses, because women are so beautiful, right? Even angels came into the world to be with women. In Genesis, it tells you this is how beautiful and influential women are. That's why a woman has to preserve her value by being pure and keeping herself for one man her whole life. And a man has to obtain and earn his value by becoming great, by being fruitful and multiplying. But to stay on topic here, a man should never submit to a woman. When weak simp men, oh, happy wife, demonic. Getting on your knee and asking a woman to be yours, demonic. Not like you don't understand. The head. Can you imagine if Christ was like a simp, like most men are, and he just did whatever we told him to do? What kind of leadership is that? What kind of covering is that? I'm trying to help. I'm not trying to hurt. I'm telling you, this is one of the biggest problems in the world. Men don't know how to lead. They don't know who they are. They don't know who God is. No, nobody's perfect, especially not me. But I'm just giving you truth so that you can reflect on it and make the changes in your life. Because your woman needs a leader. She needs a head. She doesn't need a weak, soft simp that does what she tells her to do. Because God never gave her the grace to be a leader and never bow down to a woman and ask her to be yours. Let me know what you think. If you want to learn more, go to my website, kevinunk.com.
That's he just gave it to you real. Like he said, you don't believe in the Bible, listen. But I want to play this last video to go back to something I was speaking about earlier about how you have to affirm your woman, how you have to make your woman feel like she's the beautiful woman in the world, how you gotta constantly you can't just be no boring person. And I want to play this last video and I'll close, man, because I pretty much said everything that I had to say. Of course, y'all know that. Okay, now here we go with this. Of course, you guys know that let's try this again. It always happens whenever you really. But again, I do these videos. I do live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And again, I talk about everything. I talk about marriage. I talk about relationships, religion, politics, social justice issues. Talk about a myriad of topics. I talk about pretty much everything that's going on in this world. I use the wisdom that God gave me, dissect those things on how and see what and use for which you can get and dissect those subjects for you to unpack them and use them in your life to your benefit. And Tuesdays and Thursdays I hold my master class. I titled it Black People, This Is Why. You got to come check it out to know why I titled it that. But it's a body cam breakdown of real life situations with Black people and what they did wrong, what they did right, and what you should do in a situation like that or any situation. But I just want to play this last video speaking of how you can't just be boring, because this is the type of stuff you got to go through. Let's play it.
There's nothing more toxic and more destructive to the female mind than social media in general. They scroll past a guy giving her a birthday, then a girl on a private jet with some guy with roses, then a G-Wagon full of roses, then a boat in Dubai. And women are sitting there with their boyfriends, their normal boyfriend with a normal job, going, why are these bitches getting all of this? And I'm not good. That woman's not even that pretty. I'm as pretty as her. I want all of this. Well, the world's completely, because social media is giving this grass is always greener garbage. And then the women who are with me are crying because they can't find a man who sits at home with them every night and watches Netflix. And the women who have a man who sits at home with them every night watching Netflix is crying because they can't find a man like me to pay for a private jet. And everyone's miserable and everyone's unhappy. And everyone's just chased all over the place and nobody has any grounding anymore. There's nothing more toxic and more destructive to the female mind than social media in general. They scroll past a guy giving her a birthday, and a girl on a private.
He's 1000% correct. The woman is a child, and that's how she is. If she got a guy with money, she'll be wishing that she had a guy with no money that stay up in the bed with her all night and watch Netflix. If she got a guy who stay up in the bed with her all night and watch Netflix, she's gonna be wishing she had a guy with money. This is the woman. Again, beautiful, essential, but very, very whimsical and capricious. And that's pretty much all I got to say, man. Love your lady, man, but don't worship her. Don't be a simp. And a simp is not somebody who spend money on their lady. Somebody who spend money on their lady is what you're supposed to do. Or you a trick and you spending money for a service. That's not a simp. Somebody who spend money. Simp is a woman trapped in a man's body because he was either raised by a woman or he was raised in a household with a two parents where his daddy was raised by a woman and his daddy is simp. And simpism loses, passes down generation to generation. It's demonic. And once you come to Christ, he will alleviate that simp in you and give you godly masculinity, which is love. Love that you're supposed to use to your lady to the point where you love her as much as you love yourself, and you love her like Christ loved the church. Go read 1 Peter chapter 3. I believe chapter 1. Just read 1 Peter chapter 3. And read Ep.5. That's two of my favorite scriptures or passages in scripture to speak about marriage. But the Bible talks about it throughout the book. But yeah, man, I thank y'all for coming out watching me tonight, man. God bless y'all. I'll see y'all again Friday. I ain't put an itinerary together for what I'm gonna be speaking about, but I will have a great show for y'all Friday. And of course, y'all hear my voice behind the screen for my BodyCam masterclass. Black people, this is why tomorrow. It's your boy Vernon checking out. Peace.
I could have been stopped doing this shit. Only reason I do this shit cause the real niggas asked me to. A fake nigga couldn't relate to me. Top gunners, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out. See, mama love me, that's my baby, but papa left me. Yeah, he left me. I put a bitch on timeout if she upset me. That's a fact. Fuck with me, you won't regret me. Still on the mind of every hoe trying to forget me. I get them things across the border. Your man don't try, but you won't go get him a lawyer. What's up with that? You poppin' bottles, you getting fly, but you don't send commissary to niggas that's inside. See, we don't coincide, we don't live by the same rules. And we done got hungry, these lanes became full. Real niggas in my corner, you know that I can't lose. And I can't go to jail for a body they can't prove. Got niggas in the feds, they never coming home. Can't never see they daughter, only talking through a phone. And you know we screaming free you forever. Treat your kids like they mine. Wait your turn, real nigga. You get rich in due time. I feel like Nino when he first opened the Carter. Check me out. I feel like Tony when him and Sosa became partners. Check me out. Bring me out crab legs and grilled shrimp for starters. Filet me young for my main meal. I'm a mobster. Ruger rap. Top gunners, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out.